I made something that I did not really know what it was I was making, what I could use it for, but it has come to the stage now where I think this is the most important thing that I have ever made. I am very fond of nature. I'm fascinated. I refer to planet Earth as Mother Earth. I'm extremely fascinated by the way nature and everything on Mother Earth and in the universe is connected and how it functions. And that fascination has now become visible in Mapsites. But more than visible, it is becoming the heart of Mapsites. Here's a short introduction to the flower of life.
The flower of life is probably one of the most ancient symbols that we have found on our planet in the temple of Osirian in Abydos, Egypt. Archaeological research, they've concluded that it's at least 6,000 years old, but it may be much older than that. Whoever did it, they had extraordinary engineering and scientific ability that amazes us. There's a Chinese dragon, and on the dragon's foot, his foot is on the flower of life. So the greatest minds in the past tried to solve it, but they couldn't get past the two-dimensional aspect of it. We're only scratching the surface of the three-dimensional world of the flower of life. It's very, very complicated at the three-dimensional level.
We know a little bit about the flower of life, but before I can really tell you about how we're using it in Mapsites, I want to show you about black sun starlings in Denmark.
I've come to witness a mysterious phenomenon that happens here in Denmark.
These are starlings, making their annual migration between southern Europe and Scandinavia. A single flock can contain 1 million birds or more. Their dance obscures the fading evening light, giving the formation its eerie name, the Black Sun.
There are thousands of them up there. And it's not really clear why they do this. It's maybe that kind of safety in numbers. The whole shape looks quite intimidating. It looks like one large black beast. Look at that. Oh, it's almost hypnotic. An incredible synchronization. Oh. And you're never quite sure what it's going to do next.
It's an almost impossible achievement. How can each bird predict the movements of thousands of others?
That's extraordinary.
As strange as it seems, by reducing each starling to numbers, we can model what's happening on a computer. We start with a flock of virtual starlings, all flying at different speeds and in different directions. And then we give them some simple rules. The first is for each bird to fly at the same speed. The second rule is to stay close to your neighbours. And finally, if you see a predator nearby, get out of the way. 3 simple rules are all it takes to create something that looks uncannily like the movement of a real flock of starlings. In fact, a recent study has shown that even in a flock of hundreds of thousands of birds, each starling only has to keep track of its 7 nearest neighbours.
What you just saw was nature building resilient community. And that is what Mapsites is built for. We are 19 people on this map, and they have been put into a flower of life. That is what you see here, names on them. And then we have something we call pulse communication. That works in this way. First, a message is sent from the center to those in the first hub in the ring. It is not forwarded, it is not going to the others until that person clicks continue pulse. Then it goes to those this person is connected to. And again, it is not continued to the next hub until that person clicks continue. The end result is that we can see those in yellow. They have not yet received the message. Those in red, they have received it, but they have not forwarded it. So we get an interdependence, a human interdependence and a transparent interdependence where we can keep an eye on our neighbors. We push a little bit to them so that they continue the pulse, so we're all flying with the same speed. It may sound very counterintuitive in a world with instant messaging and Facebook groups and all of that, but think about it. What is it we achieve here? And now it becomes really interesting. But first we have to know, where does the message, the pulse message, what does it lead people to read? The pulse message comes as a notification and an email. And when people click it, it opens a comment on a book. It could be a comment on a learning book, as it is here, but it could just as well be a proposals book with projects for a community, or a book with things that concern the community that they need to take decisions about. So basically, what we get here is a form of direct democracy. And then we have the tools on the pages of the book where people can go in and vote with their likes, and they can add comments to each page, and they can follow the book so that they get notifications if new pages are added, and they can add their own pages to the book. I'll stop here because we're getting into all the details about the functionality in Mapsites and what it can do for both a local community and for a global community. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for your interest in Mapsites.